Welcome to the Viewing Victopolis podcast, this episode being on Happy Carl's channel. Live from Victopolis Acting Centre, I'm Alfie Taxton, and this is my older brother Alan.
I'm shocked we managed to get this person as our guest this week, but we got full approval. Please welcome former Trixie Squad member, and now Spies of Heroes member, Coco Katz. Coco, how is everyone?
It's been wonderful. Making up with Vanilla after a long time has been wonderful. Caramel puri, strawberry puri, mint puri, and banana puri have all been doing well. I've also still been talking to Shocker, Flour, and Butter, and they've also been great. I hope they're doing well on the anti-Jalen operation. I still need a bit more time though to start talking with EXO again.
Today's episode is dedicated to us and Coco giving our opinions on the final 9 of Waldwick Elimination Season 6. The final 6 triple elimination is almost here, therefore, we are going to discuss the final 9, and what we personally think could happen, along with analyzing their games.
We are gonna go one by one on the contestants, in alphabetical order. Let's get started.
Our first contestant to discuss is Bottle, who was recently saved by Razor. What do we think for her game?
Bottle was honestly one of my favorites from day one. Bottle is one of those contestants that is near impossible to dislike. She's always been very cool-headed. Her morals are also undeniably some of the best on the season. I'm personally so happy Eraser saved her.
I agree on Eraser. I think Eraser knew that he wasn't likely to win. He's talked about using the idol from the early game, and I think he made the right call, and that the good karma is gonna eventually come to him. His friends on social media have been in complete support of his decision.
If I'm being honest, I don't think Bottle is going to end up winning the season. We've already seen that the viewers are willing to vote her off, and it's very likely they will take her out before top 6. Pillow has been more popular, especially given her and Marmaduke's relationship. I do hope Bottle survives this elimination though. She deserves a lot of credit for what she's accomplished, even if she needed to be saved.
I agree with Alan's prediction. Regardless of what happens, Bottle should leave knowing she put up a solid 5 this season, and I can say for sure she's gonna get a call back as a veteran on a future season.
Cecilia is our second final 9 participant, so let's now discuss how she's been doing.
I think it's commonly agreed upon that Cecilia is probably gonna be in the top 3, in a similar fashion to Isabella last season. She has probably some of the largest reach in this cast, people know who she is. She also has the most current allies in the game, and she has been avoiding getting very many votes, often being the last person in viewers' minds.
I think a common question our listeners are having right now is, if Cynthia and Cecilia are the bottom 2 at some point, who would get sent home between the two? What do you think, Coco?
I love both of them, but I gotta support my Spies of Heroes sister. Cynthia has been very calm through the game, and I think Cynthia can pull ahead in the coming episodes. She has an undeniable conviction, and after last season, I know she's gonna fight to stay in the game.
Honestly, I'm not gonna make a call on that debate yet, but Cecilia's social media support has been increasing further into the game. I think for the time being, she doesn't need to worry as much.
Speaking of Cynthia, we talked about her a little bit, but let's press on just a bit more.
To keep it short since we already talked about her, Cynthia has been a Victopolis figurehead for a long time. Her reach is also some of the highest in the cast, and that's why many people see her in top 3, and I think she has great potential to win the season, and I'm rooting for her.
Putting troublemaker and non-troublemaker stuff aside, Cynthia is an undeniable threat, and I think everyone is very aware of that. What I personally want to see from Cynthia in the upcoming episodes is her ability to become more socially involved with the cast.
In my personal opinion, she's been acting as the narrator of the season, so I think she's gonna be alright. Cynthia is clever, she knows how to go the extra mile, she puts that effort into her work, so I expect a lot from her going forward.
Alright, what do we think about Jay's chances going into the future of the season?
Hallie has been really happy with what he's done so far. I will admit, he hasn't been the forefront very much since the merge started, but he was a staple of the early game for sure. Jay is just a fun personality to have around.
I've talked to Alan about this before, but I think Jay's best strategy going forward in the game is to seriously consider forming an alliance with Shen, as that would seriously help him in my opinion. Do you agree?
I agree with your statement. Nick and Cynthia are also viable options for Shane to form an alliance with, and honestly, I think whoever decides to align with him first is gonna see a huge boost from it, and almost immediately.
In my opinion, Jay won't make top 3, but that sucks so much because personally, I am a huge Jay fan, and would be pretty disappointed if he got taken out. So I'm trying to keep my hopes high.
Here comes Lightbulb. What's in her future in this competition in your opinion?
There are 2 people in this game I see as dark horses, and Lightbulb is one of them. She isn't likely to make top 3, but I think her sneaking up on us and getting there anyway isn't out of the cards. She's funny, and she's adaptable, and her vote count has been one of the lower ones.
Thank you for saying that, Coco. I've loved Lightbulb this season, even if she isn't in my personal top 3. Like, some of the stuff she's done, like that one pirate gag, have been legendary, and lie haters are definitely on her side.
I wanted to see Lightbulb have at least one more funny gag before the end of the season. Maybe she'll pull out some cookie pizzas for everyone.
Alfie, stop it, you're making me hungry now, and I just ate before the show started. Ha ha ha.
Then let's talk about Nick. What do we think of his potential going forward?
I'm gonna be brutally honest here, I don't think Nick is gonna make top 3. Being a rejoiner puts him in a very tough spot, and unfortunately, this is not NJT Elimination. I just hope for Nick that he's in the final 6, because I really want to see more of him.
To talk about Nick positively, he has such a good soul, and his story of being a gay man with a father who is over-the-top manly is captivating to me. I know you mild troublemakers always support the gays, and they deserve it so much.
Absolutely. I think Nick deserves to be cast on a future season as a veteran. I think he needs more than one appearance to show us all what he is capable of.
Next up is Pillow. What do you all think of her game right now?
It's unpredictable what will happen with Bottle, but regardless, Pillow's chances are looking pretty good. Her going to top 3 has decent enough chances, not the highest, but still of note. I bet Marmaduke is missing Pillow so much right now.
This is kind of an unrelated topic, but what was working with Marmaduke on Trixie Squad really like?
Oh, Marmaduke was great, he was always keeping morale high, and you really need that when Trixie Prank is your boss. Joshua has been pretty ornery since he went to Mafia Angels, and more prince-like men have been gaining popularity, so Marmaduke's future is bright.
I think how Pillow does in the upcoming episodes is gonna greatly affect how well she does going forward, more than other contestants competing.
Sean is the second to last person up. What do we think of Sean's overall chances?
Sean's overall chances are honestly looking the worst right now. He's been in the bottom 2 on more than one occasion. Going into this, I think Sean is the least likely to get to the end, but he's putting up a fight.
Sean has been a very interesting figure in the game, and honestly, part of me thinks Saburo going home over him in the bottom 2 was karma for the rope challenge, but regardless, props to Sean for sticking through so far.
Well, I think even if Sean goes home soon, he has reason to be proud. He's survived a very long time given everything, so I applaud his resilience. Finally, we have Shane as our final remaining contestant. What do we think of him?
Shane is hands down the second dark horse of the season, and at this point, I see him getting into the top 3, the chance is really there for him to go to the end. He's extremely humble, and it's hard to deny he has the most to gain from winning the show, and you really want to help him.
Shane's popularity has been growing lately, and all of his social media support has been becoming louder. Anti-heroes in Victopolis love Shane, but non-troublemakers, and even some more normal villainous troublemakers, have been starting to flock to Team Shane, and it makes me really happy.
Shane can absolutely get into the top 3, and possibly even win this whole show. He needs to figure out how he can win over more publicly known figures, as that's a barrier for him, but if he can do it, he will be golden.
Even if I'm rooting for Cynthia, I can acknowledge why lots of people are joining Team Shane, and I completely respect them, especially the Roxy's DXC Friends members. But I'm hoping Cynthia is crowned. Thank you for having me on the show.
In other news, members of Faye's team are publicly discussing the recent drama involving Faye and Daphne's feud, and what they expect in the coming days.